Hi there, welcome to the Friday edition of the 6:50 News. I'm Kejang Henry Athembe. We flag off with our top story. Four robbers arraigned for carrying out robbery on 5 different sites in Yaoundé, carrying away 160 million francs from 5 different sites, including corporate entities, financial institutions, and private homes. And Lekam says all is set for the senatorial election come March 12, 2023, as lobbying underway to woo voters. Top stories.
Canal International. Canal International.
Welcome to join me, Kejang Henry Athembe. And of course, you can hook up with us on our social media handle on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube. The fingers of the clock ticking very fast to the D-Day for the senatorial election come March 12, 2023. And as the campaigns gather steam, Elections Management Body, Elekam, says all is set for a hitch-free electoral exercise. Canal International popped into the offices of the Elections Management Body to find out how ready they are, as some 1,086 municipal and regional councillors are expected to vote on Sunday. Morindi.
It is absolute calm at the Lekam head office in Douala 24 hours to senatorial elections in Cameroon. Here, just a signpost at the main entrance sends signal of the senatorial elections built for Sunday, March 12, 2023. Inside, the workers on seats begged for the absence of the regional delegate for Lekam for the littoral. The head of communications tells us all electoral material, including ballot boxes, ballot papers, and a lot more, are set. We are told, as far as the littoral region is concerned, the senatorial elections will hold in 4 divisions: the Mongo, Kam, Senegal Maritime, and Wuri division. In the Mongo division, there is just one polling center, which is Lycée Manengoba. Here we have Kam has answer present. At the Senegal Maritime division, voting will take place at Lycée Idea, with 5 polling stations inside. Here, 286 electorates are weighted, while Wuri has 1 polling center, which is Lycée Jos, and 297 electorates to cast their votes. These figures give an estimated number of 1,086 electors, who are mostly councillors and regional councillors, who will cast their votes on March 12. Absences are not considered, reason why the law permits them to mandate any other councillor to stand in for them. Meanwhile, an electoral commission made up of the president of the commission, an official of Lekam, and a representative of the 2 parties, which is PCRN and CPDM, we learned had already been constituted, while campaigns end at midnight on March 11.
Thanks very much, Morindi. Meantime, political parties are equally campaigning in regions where they do not have councillors. Many are those who are wondering what the outcome will look like for these political parties. However, political analysts say that the art of political lobbying can play the trick. Report. The race to the Senate is extremely tight, as no political party wants to be drawn.
The CPDM has an overwhelming majority in almost all the 10 regions of the country. One will imagine that it would take a miracle for the opposition to be able to win any senatorial constituency.
Even the ruling CPDM party, with a comfortable majority, is still on an aggressive campaign galore to win all the seats at the Senate.
Despite the fact that they have the majority of councillors, they are still concerned. They know that these councillors may decide to vote their consciences. They may decide that the vision of their party does not reflect the interest of the people.
With opposition parties running in some senatorial constituencies without having any councillor, political analysts say the best approach is to engage the lobbying tactics.
It is for that same reason that some opposition parties are running in areas where they have no councillors. And that is because they are hoping that these councillors will vote their consciences. They will despise their political party and vote their consciences. And again, truly, it may be political lobby.
As campaigns are ongoing and narrowing to the D-Day, lobbyists are playing the chess game to sort out the joker. And 4 robbers have been arraigned for allegedly carrying away 160 million CFA francs from 5 different places in Yaoundé, including financial institutions, corporate entities, and from private individuals. They are currently napping in the interim at the 4th District Police Headquarters in Yaoundé. Hyacinth Chair is our man on the beat.
The powerful gang of 4 had put the population of some Yaoundé neighborhoods like Ekunu and Essos through sleepless nights, targeting some big personalities and institutions to steal fabulous sums of money. Before their arrest, the armed robbers had reportedly stolen over 160 million CFA francs, 38 and 11.5 million from Yaoundé 5 and Yaoundé 4 councils respectively, 13 million from Inyo, 18 million from the residence of a school proprietor, and a mouth-watering sum of 18 million francs CFA from a currency exchange agency at Olembe neighborhood. And following complaints from the victims, the head of the Central Police Station No. 4, the no-nonsense Christine Irene Mindong, and her elements launched the hunt for the culprits, napping 2 at Ekunu and others at Mengang, some 75 kilometers from Yaoundé. At a point, they were on another deadly mission of robbing a petrol station. Presenting them to the press, this March 10, police authorities salute the collaboration of the population in the process and called on them to denounce more of such hidden criminals.
We are counting on the population to continue collaborating with the security members and to give us good information to detect and all those bad acts that are planned in our city.
The suspects, between 24 and 33 years old, all ex-convicts, remain behind bars to follow the path of justice.
Well, thanks, Hyacinth Chair, for that report. The foundation stone, we swing over to the northwest region where the foundation stone of a new building to host the services of the customs sector of the northwest region will soon be laid in Bamenda, the frontier post of Abongshe. The announcement was made recently by the Director General of Customs during a walk-in visit. Fongot Edwin Nuvaga actually commended the effort of the security forces as, of course, they help the customs administration on the field during these very trying moments. Sherifa Saleh reports with calls from Northwest Chief Correspondent Annie Collins.
On instructions from the Minister of Finance, the Director General of Customs has visited his men and women in Bamenda. Edwin Fongod Nuvaga seized the opportunity to pay courtesy stops over to some administrative defense and security heads of the Northwest region, be it at the governor, the MESAM senior divisional officer, the commander of the 5th Joint Military Region, the Legion commander of the Gendarmerie, or the regional delegate for the national security. The call has been to thank them and solicit more collaboration from their elements on the field to ameliorate the revenue collection.
They have been very instrumental in improving collaboration. Like for example, the governor coordinated services within the Northwest, and the Customs Department is part of that. His input has always been very positive. The SGU, and of course the defense forces, who work hand in hand with us in terms of the execution of the functions and services that we are expected to. So it was another way of congratulating them, because if the sector is doing very well, it's because they are also doing very well. They should also benefit from the congratulations of the customs administration. So it was for us to go and tell them that we are happy and thankful for what they are doing, and that things are not yet where we will probably expect for 2023. But of course, we're counting on them to make sure that the assistance continues.
Teamwork enabled the Northwest Customs sector to hit and surpass her target for the 2022 financial year.
Each and every one of us has its own role. We are in charge of duty. They are in charge of security. The other person is so. Don't enter into another person's role. So that collaboration has yielded fruit.
A foundation stone for a new building to house the sector will soon be laid in Bamenda and Abongshe, and the provision of logistics, among other measures, for proficient output. A frank discussion from a question and answer session with staff rounded off the Tuesday, March 7 visit a customs boss to Bamenda.
Yeah, thanks very much, Sharifa Sando reporting there. The National Observatory on Climate Change has warned farmers to wait at least for 3 days of heavy rains before planting. Now, this time enough for the soil to absorb about 20 milliliters of water that will permit them to plant. The warning comes on the heels of sporadic rains that is actually confusing the farmers. Our Yaoundé chief correspondent is Beatrice Ngamu.
The rainy season has effectively started in the different agroecological zones of the country, though still sporadic in many, falling in the littoral and the southwest regions. For the bimodal, that is the center and east region, rain will effectively start by the 21st of March, while that of the highlands, northwest, west, and surprisingly the south region, the rains will start from the 11th of March.
For what concerns the littoral and the southwest, that they can begin planting from the 15th of March. The west, northwest, and the south region can begin planting from the 21st. And for what concerns the east and the center, planting should effectively start the first week of April.
The National Observatory on Climate Change, however, warns
you are seeing rains which are sporadic and not very constant. They should wait until when they have consecutively 3 days of rainfall. It's only towards the end of March that they will have those 3 consecutive days, and with a minimum of 20 millimeters of water or rains for them to effectively start planting.
Findings of the climate forecast for the next 3 months and priority speculations to help farmers as they prepare to plant their crops.
The agricultural calendar is very, very important for farmers. It's a tool that the agricultural staff uses to give advice to the farmers on the cultural practices that he has to undertake concerning each speculation. When the farmers now know, they can already start looking forward for planting.
Agriculture, it should be noted, is one of the sectors often impacted by climate change with direct effect on the population in terms of
Well, sorry for that technical hitch there. Beatrice Ngamu reporting, and as part of efforts to promote the import substitution policy, the Institute of Agricultural Research and Development, IRAD, is worried on the situation of sorghum farmers that is hindering of productivity. In fact, they were at the Bedway to make sure they grapple with the situation. We hear from Hugh Abu Gladys Dibang with calls from North Regional Correspondent Aissatou Buba.
114,326,448 francs CFA. It is the total amount handed over to 35 farmers groups in Benue, Faro, Mayuluti and Mayure divisions in the North region of Cameroon to finance agro-pastoral and fisheries projects in the area. This is the first phase of the project that will permit the farmers and breeders to launch their micro-projects. The money is not for any other use than for the purpose of realizing their projects, which will in turn improve their standards of living. Their checks will be ready at the banks in the next 48 hours, and they can start purchases and keep their receipts carefully. The respective banks in which they are affiliated and then get to work. They equally need to respect all that was mentioned in their project documents to avoid problems when the audit team comes around. The support from the Program for the Consolidation and Sustainability of Agro-Pastoral Counseling, PCP-ASEFO, will sustainably improve productivity, the income of family farms, and reduce dependence on imports.
It is very important at this moment where the country is facing so many problems, you know what we call, this import substitution. It is one of the subjects that, we are trying to improve the production, the productivity, and also to improve their revenue.
The farmers and breeders have been assured of continuous support once they make good use of the finances put at their disposal.
Ambo Gladys Dibang wrapping up with this Friday's edition of the 6:15 News. I've been Kejang Henry Atembe, thanking you graciously for your company. Mark Leonard Chwamu is coming up with the brief, and of course his focus will be on the selection of Song Bahanak for the competition that will be coming up in Abidjan 2024. From all of us, it's goodbye.